Google released its latest OS, namely Android 9 Pie, a couple of months ago, and soon after the OS was released for the public, it started coming out to some of the compatible devices, although very few, as evident from the monthly Android distribution charts. The first phone to let the users taste Android 9 Pie's sweetness was definitely the Pixel. Having said that, all the Pixel phones, starting from the Pixel XL to Pixel 2 XL and now the Pixel 3 XL, all run on Android 9 Pie, not forgetting the non-XL variants. Following Pixels, other phones that got updated with Pie soon after it was officially released include the OnePlus 6, the Nokia 7 Plus, and so on. Apart from upgrading their already existing phones, some companies like OnePlus are already launching phones with the latest software out of the box, but others are not so much following, for example Poco. But here we have a short list of devices under the 2000 Indian rupees mark or $300 mark that have already been updated to Android 9 Pie or come out of the box. Welcome back to QatNip, and come on, let's learn together. First is the Nokia 6.1. HMD Global is one of the few phone makers which has been working closely with Google to bring Android 9 Pie to their phones. Nokia 6.1 is among the first Nokia phones to get Android 9, but interestingly it is also one of the cheapest phones to be running the OS. For a short specification, the device comes with a 5.5-inch IPS LCD display powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 630 SoC and has a 16-megapixel Carl Zeiss with dual LED flash on the rear for the optics. On the front, the phone includes an 8-megapixel shooter and is powered by a 3000 mAh battery and also includes a 3.5mm headphone jack. Moving on, we have the Nokia 6.1 Plus. As noted earlier, the Nokia 7 Plus was the first phone from HMD Global to get Android 9 Pie. The phone was then followed by the Nokia 6 series, and hence this falls in place. For the short specs, the phone comes with a bigger display at 5.8 inches and quite better processor, being the Snapdragon 636. For optics, it has a dual rear camera setup with a 16 and 5 megapixel sensor duo, and for the front, an upgraded camera exists at 16 megapixels. Moving on, we have the Xiaomi Mi A2. The Mi A2 is the first Xiaomi phone to get Android 9 Pie. This is a second generation Android 1 phone from Xiaomi, the first one being the Mi A1. This one comes with a larger screen than the previous two at 5.99 inches and an effective resolution of 1080x2160 pixels. Powered by a much heftier Snapdragon 660 processor, comes with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of onboard storage. The optics on this device is quite renowned, being a 12 and 20 megapixel sensor duo for the rear and a 20 megapixel selfie shooter present on the front. Talking about Xiaomi, its sub-brand Poco has been very committed to bringing the latest software to its first phone, the Popo F1. The device has been recently upgraded to MIUI 10 but still based on Android 8.1 Oreo, but an update to Android 9 Pie is scheduled by the end of the year. Although it is quite disappointing that even though this device was launched so late and comes in the level of flagships, was not released with Android 9 Pie on board, unlike the OnePlus 6T, which is claimed to be its closest competitor. Moving on, we have the final device, the Motorola One Power. The Moto One Power is among the first Motorola phones to get Android 9 Pie, and for the specifications, it comes with the largest screen of the lot with a 6.2-inch display and an effective resolution of 1080x2246 pixels. The One Power is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 636 paired with 6GB of RAM and 64GB of onboard storage. The phone was launched with Android Oreo out of the box and was promised the update really soon, and so did it manage to do. On the camera front, the phone includes a primary sensor of 16 megapixel and a secondary one of 5, building up a dual camera setup. On the front, the phone includes a 12 megapixel selfie shooter, and that's all that we can say about the short specification list. So these were some of the few devices under the 20,000 Indian rupees or $300 price point, which already have Android 9 Pie on board. So that was it for this video, and we hope you liked it. A million thanks to our dear subscriber family for your continuous love and support, and until next time, stay tuned for more.